Alright, welcome back everybody to more Pokemon XD Hardcore Nuzlocke. So last time, did mostly grinding for the entire session, but we also did catch a Shadow Zangoose, which was fantastic, because that's going to be a very important Pokemon coming up, especially for the next major fight, which is Gorgon, which hopefully, I'm pretty confident, we should get to Gorgon today. There is going to have to be some more grinding before we get there, but hopefully not nearly as much as last time, and I really think Gorgon should be a pretty easy fight. I think he's one of the AI in this game, very rare for Pokemon XD, but I think he's actually pretty consistent, so the hope is that we'll be able to get to him and then easily beat him. Really, the only three Pokemon I absolutely will need in order to do that will be Zangoose, Espeon, and Hariyama. Everyone else would just kind of be extra. So, let me pull this up really quick. Okay. Alright, everything looks good. Alright. So what I did, I didn't stream on Thursday. Normally I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but Thursdays I just had too much going on yesterday, so I ended up not being able to stream on Thursday, so I instead moved it to Friday this time. And so what I did in between, I didn't have time to really do any like grinding, but I kind of needed to do like Poke Coupon grinding, and I didn't want to like, you know, waste time on stream doing that. So all I did, you can play one panel mode in Battle Bingo, and then you can just like reset the board until you eventually get like a full bingo across your whole card. And I think that gives you like 3,000 some coupons every time, and you only pay 500 Poké Dollars to enter. So I just removed 5,000 Poké Dollars from my player using a save editor, and then gave myself 30,000 more Poke Coupons than I had before. So that's why I have 36,000 Poke Coupons. Also, what I did is I used the save editor again to increase Togepi's friendship value. That way we can get Togepi to evolve into Togetic like as soon as it levels up. I could just walk around in a circle a whole bunch until eventually it does get to that friendship threshold, but that just would take too long, so I decided not to do that. Anyway. Alright, so we're going to start. We're going to be grinding 3 Pokemon before we really get going here. Those 3 Pokemon we need to grind are Hariyama, Shiftry, and Togepi. Hariyama and Shiftry I'm going to get to 33, and Togepi I'm going to get to 35. A little bit high, but I just want to get that grinding out of the way now so I don't have to worry about it later. Cheating in my Nuzlocke. I made sure to just do the stuff that saves time. I don't think anyone, especially me, wants to see me run around in a circle for roughly an hour to get a friendship value higher, or to play Battle Bingo for like 3 hours to get 30,000 Poke Coupons. Well, I shouldn't say no one would want to watch the Battle Bingo stuff, but I've already done a whole stream dedicated to it. I don't need to do it anymore. It's fine. I had my fun with it. So now, yeah, so I need... just replace Ursing for now. That's literally what I watched for, yeah. Well, don't worry, the grinding's not going anywhere. You'll be seeing plenty of that now until forever. Alright, so let me I have been doing such a bad job of updating this team anytime I make a substitution. You would think it's not that hard to just remember to, you know, swap out 1 or 2 Pokemon every time. Apparently, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. So, once again, I'm trying my best to remember to actually make the left side of the screen accurate to what I have on the team. Alright. So what we're gonna do... I'm also gonna, you know, bring up Snorunt too. Now, Snorunt's not gonna be relevant right now, but eventually, when Snorunt can evolve into Glalie, it actually will be like a a Pokemon I'm probably going to want to use quite a bit. So let me update the team again. It was Electrode I replaced. And I need to resize it to actually fit in the Pokeball. Alright, cool. So I'm going to start by leveling up Togepi. I'm going to... Do I have... I do have a Flamethrower team. Togepi can learn Flamethrower? I know Togetic can learn it, but can Togepi learn it? Yeah, cool. Awesome. Alright, we're going to get rid of... Ancient Power with Serene Race is kind of a meme, but I think I'm fine. Like, Tri-Attack and Ancient Power are both... they're both, physical moves, and it's not exactly like, Togepi has a lot of physical attack here. Alright, so let's go ahead. Why is my... Was my, like, analog stick drifting to the left there a little bit? Anyway. So we're gonna go to Agate Village. Hello, it's been a long time since you've been on YouTube. Do you remember me, BeagleBoyify? I requested the gem extras in Crash Insanity ages ago. I hope you are well. The username does vaguely sound familiar. And that was a long time ago. That was probably like what? Like 12, 13 years ago or something? That was a while, right? Yeah, but I'm doing well. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, right now it's just I've been playing Pokemon XD, just doing a lot of grinding mostly, but also trying to do like a hardcore Nuzlocke for the whole game. And it's been going pretty well. Been having a lot of fun with it. Alright, so I'm hoping... I don't know if Togepi actually will be able to one-shot Dustox here. I kind of highly doubt it, but maybe. It'd be great if it could. So far, so good only gets you so far, though. Well, that's true, but I'm pretty proud of it. Like, 0 deaths at this point, that's nothing to scoff at. That's pretty good. Exel, I really thought Exel was going to kill something. And there were also, like, some close calls in the beginning. Like, the one fight, I think the trainer's name was, Naps or something. That fight was kind of tricky. Almost lost Espeon to a crit. That was a crit, by the way. That's hilarious. To a crit horn attack, I think it was. Once Togepi evolves into Togetic, we should be able to one-shot these Dustoxes. And I probably, you know what I should do? I should put an experience share on Togepi, so that way we get even more, get like 75% of the experience pool instead of just 50. But the good news is Togepi's in a pretty good experience group, so it shouldn't take too long for it to get to 35, even though it kind of looks like it will we should be kind of maintaining this level of pace for a while, which is nice. So let me put the experience share on. And go heal as well. Like, once I can start, like, one-shotting, like, every single Pokemon on, what's his name, Hortle or whatever, on his team, it'll be really good. And even though the Togepi got, like, kind of a meh nature, getting a hasty nature, honestly, like, plus speed isn't really going to do much for it, but it did get pretty good IVs across the board. Like, I think the lowest it had was like 12 when I looked in the save editor. Oh no, wait, it's Hebon. Who am I thinking of? Hortle. Oh, is that the guy in Pirate Town? I think that's the guy in Pirate Town that I was fighting. The guy with like the Dunsparce, Epom, Linoon, all that such. Alright. But yeah, I did edit Togepi's friendship value, so it should evolve into Togetic as soon as it gets one level. Wow, that's a lot more experience. Yeah, holy crap. Can't beat 31 special modest Snorlax. Oh lord. Well, there is a chance we actually could get Snorlax if Realgam Tower's encounter ends up being it. It's gonna be a little while before we do Realgam Tower. Because like I said, the Pokemon there are level 40. And they're not fully EV trained, but they do have a fair amount of like EV investments, and they actually have like non-zero IVs. But yeah. What's this guy doing invading the Gate retirement community? Kill him. Listen, this guy's like middle age. Maybe a little bit younger than that. I'm not beating up the old people. I just wanted this guy's lunch money. Oh, you meant Snow-Run. Oh, yeah. Well, Snow-Run, yeah. 31 IVs with Modest. Yes, it does have both of those. And it will be really good. The only tragic thing, Snow-Run, or I should say Glalie, can learn Explosion or Self-Destruct, one of the two. Whatever the move tutor is, like whichever one it can teach you. And I do want to teach it to him. Or her. But that means that because of the modest nature, it's not going to be hitting as hard when if I ever need to blow it up. You only have an excuse because it's illegal for seniors to shoot minors. I mean, I think it's illegal for a lot of people to shoot most most people in most situations, regardless of if they're a minor or not. Alright, and now Togepi has evolved to the much better Togetic. Have you heard of the new Crash games and played any of them? Some are new, some of them have been remastered. I've played through the Insane Trilogy and Crash Nitro Field, or Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, I should say. Didn't play Rumble. That game didn't interest me at all. And of course Crash 4, It's About Time. Very, very fun game. Hard as hell to get like 106%, I think is what it was. Like, I think of all the games that I've like fully completed, that's probably one that I'm most proud of, because that's a lot of of skill required to get that. But yes, I have played them. They're absolutely fun. I'm glad that we got past the, you know, Crash of the Titans and Mutant days. Those games were never, like, that bad. Like, a lot of people just kind of didn't give them, like, any credit, but they definitely didn't feel like Crash games. Shooting people is usually a suboptimal play. Well, unless you want to go to jail. It depends on what your goals in life are, you know? Who am I to tell you what dreams you should and should not be chasing after? Yeah, this grind is going much quicker than whatever the heck Jump Off and Mawile trying to grind them up was. Oh my god. We were sitting here for like 2 hours grinding those two. It was wild. I think sometimes it's just about finding the correct trainer though to battle against that gives like a good amount of experience and doesn't take like too long to get through. And now that we have Togetic, this is so much easier to grind. Not many people know, but Togetic actually has like a fair degree of power behind it, right? Like 80 special attack. That's not bad. But it's always overshadowed by the Togekiss, you know, evolution, which doesn't come for another generation, but have you tried the Spyro Reignited trilogy, the remaster of all 3 Spyro games? There are some Crash fans that think they should remaster other games such as Crash Bash and Crash Twinsanity. I have played Spyro Reignited as well, yes, and I'm hoping that there's going to be like a true sequel game to that, right? Like how they did with Crash 4, right? They kind of just retconned Wrath of Cortex and all of the other stuff that came afterwards in order to make Crash 4 happen. So I'm hoping to do the same thing with Spyro. I think there was talk of a game like that coming out at some point, but then I don't know if that just kind of got scrapped or if it's been delayed. I don't know. I don't think there's really been any like official announcements about it, but I am interested if they ever do come out with a full game of that. As for remastering Crash Bash and Crash Twinsanity, I'm not sure about that. Like, I don't think it would ever happen mainly because of one thing. Crash Bash and Crash Twinsanity did not sell very well. And that is kind of the ultimate pursuit of most game developers is money. I don't think that would ever happen. It would be cool though, specifically with Crash Twinsanity, to actually see that game be fully realized, because obviously if you don't know about Crash Twinsanity, that game was completely rushed. Like a lot of things had to be scrapped out of it, and it's very sad that the final product wasn't the full potential that it probably could have been. But I just think that's just never gonna be a thing, you know. I don't think they would remaster it at this point, which is a little sad, but it's understandable too. I can always just teach Protect via TM. We don't have to worry about it. And for Crash Bash, yeah, I don't think they would remake that one. Crash Bash was kind of an enigma. Diamond and Pearl were terrible games, but they introduced revolutionary mechanics and evolutions. Yeah, I mean, well, Platinum definitely came and polished a lot of what Diamond and Pearl did poorly. I think if anyone knows anything, definitely Diamond and Pearl had the very slow HP bar going down, right? And Platinum made that a lot quicker, so that was a really good thing. Yeah, for sure though, Gen 4 was a very fun generation. Had a lot of great things. Physical Special Split is probably the most influential thing that generation introduced, which was very game changing. It made so many Pokemon actually viable. Like, you know, Sneasel for the longest time was just banished to the Shadow Realm because it never could take advantage of its monstrous physical attack over special attack. So that definitely saved it. There were a lot of other Pokemon like that too. I mean, hey, 1 bullet, 2 lives destroyed, 3 square meals a day, 4 walls, gun, homicide to jail pipeline ain't too bad. Well, when you put it like that, let's do it. Let's kill everyone. Jokes. These are jokes. Don't do that. Don't do it. I'm not advocating for anything. Some of them want Crash Twinsanity remastered with all the cut content brought back in the game because lots were cut from the game. Yeah, like I said, like I definitely think fans want it more than companies want it. I would love to see like the full game realized, but I just don't think it would ever happen. I don't think Twinsanity sold well enough to really be in that conversation, and honestly, who's to say whoever they put as the development team won't just ruin it anyway, right? It might even feel somehow more half-assed than the final product of Crash Twinsanity was. Actually, the primary goal of AAA video game development corporations is to perform charity work. If only. Yeah, like the almighty dollar is what matters the most. What's cooking, my dudes? How you doing, Art? We've just been grinding a little bit. We're trying to get Togetic to level 35 here, and then also Hariyama and Shiftry to what did I say, 33? And then we'll start clearing out Cypher Q Lair, and we should get to Gorgon today. Misdreavus also was trash because Ghost was physical. Yes, true. And also Misdreavus, like in general, like the stat spread wasn't great. When it finally got Mismagius as an evolution, much better. Much better. Like even if like Ghost was special in Gen 2 and 3, I don't think Misdreavus would have been anything crazy, right? It would have just been completely outclassed by Gengar, right? Although I guess it would have had a leg up on Bayonet. Fell asleep during last stream too. How far are you in the game? Really, honestly, I didn't play too much farther after you fell asleep. Like, I think maybe I did like an extra 3 battles in Cypher Key Lair. So I'm still in that same area. But we're not at Gorgon yet. We're almost there. I think there's like 6 or 7 trainers before Gorgon, and most of them are going to be pretty easy to get past. We're just getting Togetic to 35 because there's one trainer that if I got really unlucky, things could go pretty bad, and Togetic could help me out with that battle, so I want to get that up. Also, I think Togetic will help a lot moving forward, so getting it to a higher level will be nice. So that's what we're doing. Doc, what are you yapping about? Flamethrower reminds me of Dingodile as he has a flamethrower too. Yeah. I would do a Dingodile voice impression, but I cannot do Australian like voice, like an Australian accent. I can't do it. But I was gonna quote the "Bring out the butter, gonna make toast" line from Crash Bandicoot Warped. That's a good one. Had steak and scallops on the grill for dinner. Nice. Did you make them? Or was it kind of more like a cookout with family or something? Togetic is my favorite egg. Oh damn, that's awesome dinner, dog. I just got my dinner ready and it's midnight already. Oh yeah. I remember you said that it was like 4 a.m. at the end of the last stream. I was like, what are you doing watching me for? I appreciate it, but so do you call it dinner or a midnight snack? Do you have a favorite Crash character, Inspire character? Who would it be? I'd say Engine for Crash. Especially like when they made him really goofy and Nolan North was voice acting him, I felt like he does just a fantastic job. So yeah, definitely I would say Engine for Crash. Spyro. I'd say Hunter. I'd say Hunter's probably my favorite for Spyro. Just a little goofy guy. Nice comic relief. Do you think for a second I would allow a lesser being than myself cook my steak and scallops? I am so sorry. Who am I kidding? My friend did. There you go. To be fair, I went to work pretty late today too. Then we did some card gaming with the fellas, and now I'm back home eating late dinner. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Sometimes it do be like that. Did you smoke everybody in the card game? You play for money? Make like $2,000? Steal them from all your friends? My favorite for Crash is Coco. She's very good with technology. My favorite for Spyro, it will have to be either Sergeant Bird, Sheila Bentley, or Agent 9. Those 4 from Spyro. I mean, yeah, those are all fantastic. I really like that, like in like the Crash games, you can also like flip-flop between Crash and Coco, especially in like the Insane trilogy and such. That was good too. A very nice welcome change for those games. And I do like the like different gameplay styles for each of the characters in like Spyro 3. That was awesome. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly boots up. Oh no. We don't talk about that one. That game, we don't have to talk about. We don't have to remember that one. I often use Coco in Insane Trilogy, yeah. Like I said, the ability to flip-flop between them was really cool. Hunter. Yeah, the scream he does, the very first thing you hear when you load up the game, hilarious. Will never not make me laugh. Tugidic's flamethrower animation is funny. It looks like it's blowing after eating spicy food. Oh god, I'm out of ice beam PowerPoint. That sucks. Yeah, I love... And he even like wags his finger in front of him as he does it. It's amazing. Yeah, the animations for like Pokemon Coliseum and XD were really solid. Also Battle Revolution. Can't forget that one. Came out just one generation later. Alright, so well, if I'm out of Ice Beam, I gotta go and heal up. But yeah, this grind, we're 30 minutes in. I probably was yapping for about 8 minutes at the beginning. And we're already like halfway to 35. So we're absolutely going way quicker than last time. I love how the game starts with a bang. Yeah. I love how you can beat the game within 2 minutes of loading it up. You just have to head bash on like the corner of like the final boss gate, and you just clip through the ground and immediately go to the final boss. It's fantastic. Which character do you often use in Crash Team Racing Nitro Field? Do you have all the characters? I don't think I have all the characters because they added a lot. I didn't really play it after like the first like year and a half of when it came out. I was pretty into it though. Like I was pretty good. Like if you ever saw me in an online match, you were absolutely getting giga clapped by me. I was lapping people and everything in that game. It was fantastic. But I kind of just switched my character a lot. I think for a while I was playing as Penta Penguin, just because he was like the smallest character, so you had the most visibility when using him. But I change my character all the time. I probably played as everybody I have unlocked at least like 3 times each. In the story mode, I think I played as Dingo Dial in the story mode, though. It was either Dingo Dial or Tiny, I can't remember. One of the two. The animations are way more expressive than what they've had since Gen 6. I mean, yeah, definitely. There are some pretty bad animations in current Pokemon, you know. I think Double Kick is probably one of the most memed ones of how they barely lift their leg. Yeah. But yeah, I do like when the animations are really expressive. The only thing I will say is though, I wish that this game had the option of turning the animations off for when you're just grinding like this, because I would rather it just go quicker than to watch every animation. Like, I'll turn the animations on for when I'm in a boss fight or, like, a more important, you know, story fight, whatever. But here, I would kind of prefer them to be off just so it would go a little bit faster, you know? Also, now the games today were pretty even. Everyone's good at playing TCG and building decks. Alright, so you're not playing with a bunch of amateurs. You're actually playing with people that are about your skill level. That's good. But we all know you went easy on them. You wanted to make sure that they had a good time. You were only operating at like 20% of your full potential. We all know. We all know. You don't have to be modest. Leave being modest to SnowRun. They also used to have Grand Prix events as well. There was the Nitro Tour Back in Time, Spire and Friends, Spooky Neon, Circus, Winter Festival, Rustland, and Guess Moxie Grand Prix events. I think of all of those, I probably played the first 3. And then that's kind of when I sort of wasn't really playing Nitro Field anymore. I did do like the Velo time trials in it. That was like the last thing I did before I kind of put it down pretty much forever. I know they added developer time trials as well. I didn't do those. You're right. You can't turn off animations in Battle Revolution either, right? I believe you cannot. It's been a while since I played Battle Revolution, so I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't think you can. Man, Wish is a good move. But like, what do you get rid? Follow Me is really good. Helping Hand's fantastic. I don't know. I mean, Try Attack is a physical move. I will say that, but I don't think I can reteach. Can I reteach Try Attack once I get rid of it? I don't think you can, right? As soon as I get rid of it, it's gone forever because this is like an egg move. Like the move relearner wouldn't be able to reteach egg moves. I can always reteach Wish since it's a level up move. I don't need Wish right now. If I need Wish, I can always reteach it. I just have to pay 1,000 Poke Coupons, and that's not a lot at all. Perfectly fine. Right now, I think the only one I really need is Follow Me, because that's what I'm going to be using if I need to send in Togetic for the one fight. I'm not like worried about it. It's very unlikely things go horribly wrong, but it could happen. And I just want to be prepared for everything, because I do not want to lose. Like, if I'm going to lose any Pokemon, it better not be to a non-boss trainer. If I lose to some random guy, I'm going to be so upset. Modesty is good. Arrogance must be earned. Sure. Spooky One added Komodo, Mo, Embryo, and Nina. They added a track called Nina's Nightmare, and they have Madame Amberly in a cameo appearance. Oh my god. Crash Twinsanity reference? Impossible. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't remember playing that track. I don't remember that one too much. So I don't think I ever played that, but that's pretty cool that they added all those characters. Also, wait. Embryo was added that late? The 3rd or 4th Grand Prix event was when they added Embryo into that game? That's a little bit crazy. He was like an OG villain. Togetic does have great moves. It's a positive problem. Yeah, I mean... And the crazy thing is, you actually have an option with Togetic. You can either keep it, or you can trade it for the Electabuzz that has all the elemental punches. So there's even more possibility with it. It's definitely one of the more impactful Pokemon in a playthrough of XD. Neon Circus added Koala Kong, King Chicken, along with Pasadena and Von Klutz. They were going to add Willy Wampa Cheeks, but he was cut from the game. It's kind of sad. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense in lore, though. Because didn't he go to jail at the end of Tag Team Racing? Most of the challenge with Calo XD is the super limited choices. Togetic breaking the mold here. Yeah. It's got everything. I mean, any support move you can think of, it pretty much has access to. And its stat spread's not horrible, right? Like, it doesn't have the greatest HP, but it does have respectable defense and special defense. I wish it was faster. That's, like, the biggest thing. That would really help out, but... And then especially have the option to trade it, which is also viable. I don't think I'm gonna trade Togetic. I haven't decided yet. It is kind of an interesting choice, but I don't expect to. I think unless something happens to Electrode, I probably really wouldn't consider it. Honestly, Electrode and Electabuzz have very similar utility, right? They're both pretty fast, relatively good offensive Pokemon that have kind of meh bulk, you know? Like, probably could take one hit and that's about it. It's funny how the guy gets upset if you don't return his egg child. Does he really get upset that you take Togepi and you don't give it back after you purify him? I didn't know that was a thing. That's crazy. Winter Festival added Rillaru, Yaya Panda. I don't... What the heck is Yaya Panda? What the what is that? Hasty is a new character, and they added Chicken Stew from Tag Team Racing as playable characters. Obviously I know Rillaru and Chicken Stew, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the other two. Is that from like Crash Boom Bang or something like that? That's like one of the only Crash games I never played. I think I love these games because of the limited choices. Life is easier with limited choices, otherwise I'm all over the place with making decisions. I definitely, I think casually speaking, very fun game, Pokemon XD. I will say as a Nuzlocke though, and if I ever can get through making the video of Pokemon Coliseum, I would love to make a video of Pokemon XD as well after this is done. I have a lot of thoughts on XD as a Nuzlocke. I think purely as a Nuzlocke, in my opinion, it's not a great game to Nuzlocke. I'm gonna be completely honest. The limited choices is perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is that the difficulty spike in the very late game makes it almost impossible to really come up with a good plan and strategy for like anything. Like I think the last 3 fights of the game, the strategy is going to be either hope I'd never get crit or I'll have to plan around Pokemon actually fainting, and that kind of sucks because I really love deathless runs. I really love to do a run where you can kind of play mostly perfect, but I just don't think it's going to be possible. We'll see when we get there. Who knows? Maybe I do come up with something. I don't know. It's possible. Never say never, but just looking at it, I mean, I don't know what you do against some of these trainers. You got the blue henchman guy who's got Swellow, Alakazam, Heracross, Snorlax, Kingdra, and Poliwrath. That's an all-star lineup. Like, you could absolutely make a competitively viable team out of that lineup. It is wild. Also, how much more power points do I have in Ice Beam and Flamethrower? Okay, we can do 2 more battles. Oops. Rillaru was in Crash Bash. Yeah, we all remember. If you've ever seen a Kadikarus video, I think he referred to him as Gorilla Monkey Anus Face, is I believe the correct term he used. I love the philosophical concept of choices. The illusion of choice. Yay, video plans, yeah. I got a decent amount of editing done on the Coliseum video last night since I wasn't streaming. I decided to put that free time somewhere else, so I went ahead and I worked a little bit on it. It's pretty good. Still a far ways away, but we're making progress, like tangible progress. Yaya Pano is in a mobile game called Crash Nitro Kart 2. Not sure if you heard of it. I probably have heard of it, but yeah, I don't think I played any of the Crash mobile games. I know there was also like Crash on the Run or whatever. That one never played. Yeah. So I never heard of that character. Doc, why? Crash is so wacky, gotta love the characters, yeah. Plenty of memorable and just almost a fever dream of a character concept. Most of my job is presenting people with impaired consciousness, convoluted choices between various psychiatric medications. Yes. Doctor, I think you would really love the story of Persona 5. It's all about the collective consciousness. So it looks like it's probably going to be about 3 or 4 more battles to get Togedic to 35, and we're not even an hour into the stream, so this is great, because Togepi was definitely going to take the or at least I thought it would take the longest. Obviously, what's going to take even longer is when we have to train up Zangoose, because Zangoose is in a bad experience group, so it will take a while. But I'm not gonna worry about grinding Zangoose until after we've cleared out all the trainers in Cypher Key Lair. Outside of Gorgon, obviously. I'm going to need Zangoose for Gorgon. But yeah, I absolutely am confident we'll get to Gorgon today, which is great. So the cool question is, can a person... Hold on, let me save. Can a person with impaired reality testing or cognition make a truly informed decision regarding which of the dozens of medications available when it takes me some time to even make a choice and I am cognitively intact trained expert? I mean, I think if you're impaired in any way regarding like decision making or whatever, yeah, probably you should not be making very big decisions like that. I don't think that's a hot take, but yeah. Wrestling Grand Prix and Nitrofield had another Twinsanity reference. There's a cameo appearance of Rusty Walrus. They also added Mega mixed version of Tiny Dingo Dungeon and Cortex. Yeah, that was, I think, from the Game Boy games. I forget which Game Boy game it was. Was that Crash Purple or something? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was one of the other ones. Maybe it was like Entranced or something. Actually, I think it was Entranced. I don't remember. Either way, yeah, I know it came from like the Game Boy games. Haven't played those ones in a long time though, but those are really good ones. Really good games. I mean, it sounds like a job with massive responsibility, yeah. Also sounds like a job with massive liability. The challenge is that we don't strip autonomy from people for these things most of the time, which means we often have to ask the person who thinks they are Jesus Christ reborn and can perform miracles if he wants to take some Respirtal and hope they say yes. That is true. I mean, definitely if you're like that far into like mental illness or something, yeah, that like, I would say at that point, it's almost as if, what, like you would deem the person like incompetent or whatever, or dependent. I don't remember what's the term that you say when like you need somebody else to make decisions for you. Isn't there a word for that? All right. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised at how quick this is going. I was not expecting it to go this fast. Sunnyside, the Togetic is absolutely going to be a fantastic Pokemon for this run. I have a good feeling about it. I don't even know if I've ever used a Togetic in like any Nuzlocke. I don't think I have. Like I've used Togekiss obviously, but I don't think I've ever really used Togetic. Gasmoxia was the last Grand Prix in Nitro Field. Emperor Vila from Nitro Card was added, and later on more characters added were the Lab Assistant, Baby Cortex, Baby Entropy, Fix Rillaru. Oh. Yeah, I did do the Velo time trials. That was the last thing I remember doing when I played that game. That was kind of tough. I know the developer time trials are even harder, but maybe one day I'll go back to it and I'll try to do that if I ever get the itch to play a kart racer again. In order to make surrogate decisions for the mentally ill, you generally need a judge to appoint a guardian or order treatment over objection. Usually takes weeks to months if a family member is available to assume guardianship, and months to years if not. Much easier to just keep asking Jesus to take his medicine and cite biblical passages when Jesus took his medicine until the patient relents. Oof. Why does it take so long for you to be able to appoint someone, like, something that will generally help their well-being and make sure that they're not like a harm to themselves? That's crazy. You can also play as an Iron Crate in Kart as well. They also added Fix Rillaru. The previous model was a bit messed up a little, so they would have fixed this model. Okay. You can just play as a crate. Does it have sound effects? That's hilarious, though. That's really funny. I've seen that type of stuff happen to people close to me, so it does put stuff into perspective. People need other support on top of meds too, like intensive therapy. Yeah. Absolutely. I've had friends, like, you know, I don't think I've had any friends who have like been really deep into mental illness to where they have like some kind of like almost psychotic episode or whatever, right? Like, but they definitely have had like breaking points, right? Like where they're at their lowest and they need support or they need professional help, right? And I'm not a professional, but I do know these people because they're my friends. So, you know, I do my best to just talk to them, listen to them, try not to like give any advice outside of, you know, talking with like an actual professional. But yeah, it is a lot. I did not realize how often my theological studies would be helpful as a physician. I mean, yeah, there's a lot, for sure. It really doesn't seem like there's any right or wrong way to, you know, or I shouldn't say there's no wrong way, but there's no, like, one right way to really go about helping someone, right? So you definitely... Everyone's different. You need to come up with solutions on a case-by-case basis. But on a lighter note, I found Super Mario Kart Kinder Egg, sorry, when I went to get groceries today. It was great. Kinder Eggs, I think those were... I don't know if they still are, but I think they were banned. At least where I live, you know, I don't know if it was for the entire country or something, but I think they actually were banned because of, like, choking hazard. For, like, kids. I don't know if they're still banned. Maybe that's been changed, but at least when I was growing up, I remember they were banned. I want a Kinder Egg. I mean, I remember they taste good, but but yeah, I didn't really get to eat them very often growing up because they got banned at some point. And after they stopped adding characters in Nitrofield, fans did not want to see more characters added, like the Twincinity characters, Spire characters, or did want to see. Sorry, did want to see more characters added. I mean, I don't know if the game even gets more support nowadays. I feel like they probably have stopped supporting it. The only thing that they still run are like the servers for online, but I'm sure eventually that's going to be taken away too. It's the good old saying, you will own nothing and be happy when it comes to video games nowadays. I've also studied theology, Doc. That's really cool. Religions are fascinating so long as you can keep some personal distance to them. Yeah, like I said, every person's different. And it's always a case-by-case of what you have to do to help somebody. How can I send you guys Kinder Eggs? We have them in every store. I don't know if it's worth sending a package all the way, you know, across the ocean just for me to experience a chocolate egg. I do remember, like, I've eaten them in the past, but at some point I don't know when they got banned, and I don't know if they were allowed, if they were like unbanned. I have no idea how it worked. But I don't think I've eaten one since, like, I was maybe 5 or 6. Did some coursework from primary school through college. Surprisingly useful when hyper-religiosity is one of the most common delusions. Well, that... Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people who think that they are God, which is crazy. Kinder Chocolate is tasty. Have you tried the DLC in Insane Trilogy? There was a cut level in Crash 1 called Stormy Ascent, and in Crash 3 there's a level called Future Tense. Yes, I did play both of those. Stormy Ascent almost broke me when I was trying to go for the relic time trial thing. I think that's like a 6-minute level, and you have to do it without any deaths, playing as fast as possible, which is so difficult to do. And also Future Tense I did play as well. Future Tense I didn't have nearly as much trouble with, though. There's a reason why Stormy Ascent did not make the final cut of Crash 1. That was hard. Banned chocolate may also not be allowed via the USPS. That's true. That's a good point. Is it? So it's still banned then, right? I wasn't sure if they would have, you know, relented that or not. You can always just smuggle it in art, you know? Again, these are jokes. I don't mean this seriously. Cypher farts on Pokemon to turn them into shadow Pokemon. The purple aura is a stinky fart cloud. Crazy lore. Purifying shadow Pokemon is deflatulating them. Well, now I know. Now I know. That's incredible information. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that that knowledge. Oh, well, I'll try throwing some eggs across the ocean then. Yeah, just like, you know, like skipping stones, right? Just skip it all the way over. I know you could do it. A banned egg. That sounds very serious, yeah. Could you imagine going to jail over a freaking Kinder egg of all things? That's insane. Okay, so what do I want to train Hariyama and... There was a trainer in Pyrotown, I think. What did they have? I'm gonna look it up really quick. I can't remember who it was. Won't take me long, hold on. I remember they had like it was someone who gave like attack, defense, and like speed effort values. I think those are all fine for those the Pokemon I'm training up. Scroll down. Okay, it's Chaser Labette that I'm looking for here. So it's so funny how the accented E is lowercase. It says Pokemon, yeah. I think, isn't like the official pronunciation like Pokemon or something like that? I think that's the official pronunciation. But I always just say Pokemon. I kind of just drop it as like a very soft sound. Do you have a favorite level for any of the 3 Spyro games? Mine is Spyro 1 would be Town Square, for Spyro 2 Scorch, and for Spyro 3 Seashell Shore. I don't know if I could name the levels themselves. I don't know if I can remember all the names, but I could probably give you a description of them. Spyro 1, it would probably be... it's in the first world. It's like daytime during it. There's kind of like, there's like a well that you can jump down with a treasure chest inside it that you have to unlock with a key. Also, what do they look like? Okay, is it this guy? Are you Chaser Labette? Also, let me not have the experience share on Togetic. And maybe I'll put the experience share on Hariyama. Spyro 2? Probably... I don't know, Spyro 2... I have to think about that one. But for Spyro 3, definitely I would say the skateboarding one in the second hub world. That one was really fun. I love that a lot. I love the skateboarding minigame. Fantastic. I mean, lots of people went to jail for plants, so I imagine eggs are fair game too, yes. I don't think they're going to be picky about what they send you to jail for. Smuggling something in is smuggling something in, regardless. I would risk jail for a tasty egg. Heck yeah. Scorch in Spyro 2 is quite an interesting level. The camels in Scorch have 2 legs, but they have 4 legs in real life. Correct. Correct. A bipedal camel definitely sounds horrifying. Yeah, I do remember that level. I don't know what I would say for Spyro 2. For like a favorite level. It might be the beach level in the first homeworld. I think that probably would be my favorite. That was where you could push the little turtle kids around and it was funny. If any USA officials are reading this, I'm being sarcastic. For legal reasons, this is a joke. Please, do not arrest me. Camel is rough enough without being bipedal. It's a horse built by committee. But their level of like water intake and it's crazy. They're a very interesting animal. Alright, well now I need Hariyama to level up, but I need someone to help him do that, and I don't know who to put on the team. I'll have to look at... I guess I'll just bring up Saiyan Slash. Saiyan Slash is fine. Sunny Beach's level, yeah, correct. Yeah, that one with like the big like father turtle and then all the little kids, the Rugrats. And then there was the mini game where there was like the chef that's trying to eat the turtles, and you have to like charge into them to save them. I actually did like that mini game though. The one mini game I absolutely despised in Spyro 2, Trouble with the Trolley, eh? Hated that. Every time I heard that line, I was like, yes, I am having trouble with the trolley. Thank you for asking. I'm trying to get all these stupid tokens, but I keep hitting a box and dying. Thank you. Put Togetic in the box for now. Let's bring who do I say? Saiyan Slash? Yeah. Imagine a camel furry. Interesting stuff. I'm not gonna imagine anything. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't read it. Let me update the team. Also, I forgot to update that Togepi evolved into Togetic, but obviously we all know. Let's put on Saiyan Slash. Where do I have you at? Oh my god, Saiyan Slash, you're massive. Oh yeah, that was quite annoying, wasn't it? It absolutely was. I did in fact have trouble with the trolley. Can confirm. Screw camel furries. They don't hydrate enough. Yeah, imagine not being Team Water Gang. Imagine. If you're not drinking at least 80 fluid ounces of water a day, what are you doing? Yeah, I'll do this. This makes more sense, I think. Sometimes I feel like we're here to inflict emotional and mental damage. I'm sorry. That's perfectly fine. I would rather that than just yap into the void, you know, just like talking and no one's listening. Honestly, that's what friends are for, really. Like, it's just corrupting you slowly and surely. Slowly ruining your moral compass. But that doesn't mean I'll stop. God dang. I don't know how much experience we're getting for this guy, but he doesn't seem to be too hard to beat, so we're just gonna keep fighting him. I don't think he gives that much, but it's probably going to be like another 2 or 3 battles that we have to do with him. And then once Hariyama is 33, we're going to start clearing out the people in Cypher Key Lair. So we're making pretty good progress. Like I said, I kind of thought the grinding was going to take a lot longer. After the debacle that went on last time, I didn't realize the Jump Bluff and Mawile would take 2 hours to get to 36. I was like, oh, surely this isn't going to be that bad. No, it was bad. Took forever. Spyro 3 also had some sub-levels for the 4 characters. There's Sheila, Sergeant Bird, and 2 sub-levels, Bentley and Agent 9 up 3 each. Yeah, I remember all the sub-levels. Those were interesting. They had their own weird plot lines. A lot of them revolved around romance for some reason. Like Sheila trying to deal with the fact that the one girl had like a restraining order against Marco or whatever. Some weird lore going on in Spyro. I do remember that. And then there was Sergeant Bird, who was trying to get it on with a fairy. So that's something. You got a penguin dating a fairy. I don't question it. I don't question anything. I never played the original Spyro games. Do spill the tea. I don't know if I can remember all the lore from heart. It's been a while since I played them. I just remember there was a lot of funny jokes, especially jokes that you would not understand when you were a kid and you played it for the first time. It was so funny though. Can also use Sergeant Bird in the main hub of Enchanted Towers. Yeah, I do remember that. Enchanted Towers is the one I was thinking of for the skate park, right? That was the level with the giant skate arena. I'm pretty sure it was. And there was there was like the caveman from Spyro 2 with the skeleton, and you have to like get all the bones in order to repair him. And then once you do, he goes, "Oh no, he's doing his bone dance again." It's so stupid. If you have never seen the bone dance, you must look it up. This is something that everyone has to watch. It will be on the test. You must study the bone dance, and you must perform the bone dance in real life. I remember that from the remake. Oh god. It was so good. You can definitely tell that the developers of Spyro had so much fun making it, because there's just so many stupid jokes put into it. But it works. It works. Like, as a kid, you laugh at it because, you know, it's some goofy thing that you're watching on screen, and then as an adult, you're laughing at it because of just the absurdity of what is even happening. Which sub-level do you think was the hardest? I think the one with Bentley where he does boxing with a Yeti. That one was very hard. I don't remember struggling with that one too much. At least, I think there was like a skill point that you could get associated with the minigame that was a little bit tricky. But I think just getting the eggs wasn't that bad. I think the one that I had a problem with was in the final homeworld where there's like the wizards that like help you out through the level. And there's like one, I think it's a Bentley area, I'm pretty sure it is, where you have to kind of play like whack-a-mole, but you can't hit the wizards, you have to only hit the enemies. That one always gave me trouble. I don't know why, but I just could not do it. Well, I mean, I could. It just took me forever to do it. I don't know. Like, I was bad at that one. That's the first one that comes to my mind. Spyro was designed to be an inside game. It's definitely made as a massive inside joke, for sure. There's a lot of funny references in it. Oops, almost dropped my water. That would have been disastrous. Which character do you prefer to play as in Spyro out of the following? Sheila, Sergeant Bird, Bentley, or Agent 9? Sheila's gameplay is really basic. It's literally just like you jump higher every so often. Sergeant Bird kind of takes a while to get used to the controls. It's not too bad. I think Bentley's was probably the most fun and fluid. It was pretty different from how you played as like Spyro, and you just had the like club that you could just mash. That was always fun. Agent 9 was pretty tricky to play as too. I was never good as playing as Agent 9. So yeah, I'd say Bentley for sure. I just liked running around with a giant icicle in my hand and smacking people. Oops. I got clamped? Take my eyes off the screen for like 3 seconds and I'm getting clamped? Smelling salt. Look at this meme of a goddamn skill, by the way. 60 base power. And it doubles when used against a paralyzed Pokemon, but then it heals the paralysis. Why? I think if it did double damage to paralyzed Pokemon but didn't heal them, it would be a fantastic move. There's a lot of synergy you would have. Why does it heal them? He's smelly. No, he's not learning that. He is not smelling like salt. Have you tried the speedway levels in Spyro? The time limits can be quite tricky. Yeah, I've 100%ed like all the Spyro games, both when I was a kid and then when I was an adult. And I went back to it. I did like the secrets that they put into the speedway levels, where like there's like an NPC that you can find, and then you do like a mini game in order to help them out. That was for both Spyro 2 and 3 that they did that. Spyro 1 didn't have anything like that, which a little bit sad, but it was pretty good. Aw, disappointing. Yeah. He is not smelly. He is not the smelly smell that smells smelly. Smelling Salt has 8 more base power than Brick Break when boosted. Isn't it a tragedy? Smelly and boosted. Alright, now we're gonna actually fix up the team here and put on who I actually want to use going into this. We'll grab Togetic later. We don't need Togetic yet. Also, we generally don't use Smelling Salts anymore. Alright, let me, I think I'm leading with Ursaring and Hariyama for the next fight. Let me check what I have to do next. Let's see. Yeah, next trainer is Shadow Beedrill, Furret, Togetic, and Shadow Pidgeotto. Okay. Alright, and then let me make sure everyone has a Lumberry as their item. Okay, you've got one. You've got one. Honestly, I should probably just do this. Shiftry is fine. He doesn't need Lumberry. You can have leftovers. It's fine. Leftovers is great. Spyro 1 was when you rescue dragons trapped in crystal and you get orbs in Spyro 2, and in Spyro 3 you find dragon eggs. I think Spyro 3 is my favorite. I think Spyro 3 is my favorite game of the trilogy as well. But I do like all of them for different reasons. Always got to give love to the classics, right? Like, even though Spyro 1 is rough around the edges, it's still solid. And Spyro 2 had some fun mini games and some frustrating mini games, but it was pretty good. But Spyro 3 I definitely liked the most. Especially loved destroying money bags at the end of the game for taking all my money. What are they actually? Please explain. What are we talking about? I'm a stupid non-English speaking individual. Oh, are you talking about smelling salts? It looks like Doctor already answered the question. When athletes, especially boxers and football players, were knocked out by a rough hit, they would use the smell of salts to wake them up, yeah. Do you have a favorite Mario character? Mine would have to be Yoshi. I think Yoshi is cute. I do like Yoshi. I think like whenever I'm playing Mario Party, he's only available in one game, which is such a absolute crime. It's Blooper. I love Blooper. Has Blooper ever been a Has Blooper ever been in like any of the other Mario games? Like outside of as an enemy, like as an actual playable character? I think Mario Party 8 might be the only one where Blooper ever got actual, like, you can play as him. Have I ever not answered a question? It's nice to know the voices in my head are answering my own questions. This is great. Surfing on a blooper was so frustrating in Super Mario Sunshine. I never finished Super Mario Sunshine. I played it a little bit as a kid. I have the disc still, actually, but I never finished it. I don't remember if it was too hard for me or if I just, I don't know, didn't want to play it anymore. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I never finished it, but I don't remember surfing on a blooper, so I don't think I got that far into the game. It's a super fun game. Well, yeah. I've seen speedruns of it. I've seen, like, Let's Plays of it. I've never finished it, though, myself. They have a favorite Sonic character. Mine will have to be Tails. Mario and Peach remind me of Sonic and Amy. Favorite Sonic character. I don't have a lot of knowledge with Sonic, to be honest. I played Sonic Heroes, and I played what other game did I play? I can't remember what other Sonic. I know I played other Sonic games of that. I just Heroes is like the only one that came to my mind. Anyway, from my very limited knowledge and experience playing Sonic, I'd probably say Knuckles is probably my favorite. I like the gameplay playing as Knuckles and like Heroes especially. It was pretty fun. Also, I'm pretty sure Knuckles is voiced by Dan Green, which is the voice of Yugi, and that is never not funny to me. Alright, let me just double check. Hariyama and Ursaring in the lead, and it's... Yeah, so this is an interesting team. So this guy that I'm about to fight, Furret and Togetic know 2 moves. I'm not even joking. They know 2 moves. One of them is Follow Me, and the other one is like a normal type move. So Furret, I think, is it knows Scratch. Togetic knows Body Slam, and also Togetic has Hustle, so that's pretty freaking hype. But yeah, hopefully they don't spam Follow Me a whole bunch, because that would be annoying. I love playing it because we basically live in slush and snow. Mentally escaping to a sunny vacation was with Mario was great as a kid, right? It's like a nice juxtaposition to real life, which I definitely can agree with. In Crash Bash, some minigames are fun, some are difficult. I am good at the Ballistics, Crate, Crush, Pogo, and some of the medieval games. The Loop Dash ones are hard. The Ballistic ones, I cannot do them. I cannot do them. I am so unbelievably trash at that game mode. I just can't. But I am good. I'm actually good at the dash ones, funnily enough. So it's kind of like if we ever played 2-player Crash Bash, we would be unstoppable. You can handle all the ballistics levels. I'll take the dash levels. We'll form a tandem and we'll easily win every single level. No problem. We got this. Is that allowed in a speedrun? Are you allowed to, like, pass the controller to someone? Is there a rule that you have to be the one playing at every single point of the game? Like, could I just get, like, a band of pro elite gamers, right? We all come together, and we all master one level of a game, and we just pass the controller. How would that work? Would we all get credit for a speedrun world record, or would we be breaking a whole bunch of rules? I think it's implied that you're only supposed to have like one person playing with the controller, but what if we broke that rule? The unspoken rule. And so this Pidgeotto also has Shadow Panic, which is super obnoxious because it's a 60% chance to confuse you. So that's why we have Lumberry on, so that Lumberry will cure confusion if it procs. I think I'll take out the Togetic first, though. Imagine speedrunning as a team and one person makes a mistake that ruins the run. I think then it would just kind of be funny. It would. I think it would just kind of be funny, honestly. Like, speedrunning by yourself, there's no one to blame but yourself. But like speedrunning with other people, you could just kind of jokingly blame everyone else. I feel like that would be just fun. I would be scared of it. Well, that's why you only bring people who actually can have fun with the game too. All right, we're gonna have to go back and heal. We did take a bit of damage from that fight. Everything was fine, you know, we were never in like a critical hit would kill situation or anything like that, but people would take it so seriously. Yeah, they would, yeah. Well, that's why I think we should all band together. Twitch and YouTube chat. We should all meet out and master one game that all of us collectively enjoy. We'll each master a segment, and then we'll speedrun it together. You seen a video called Crash of the Titans short called Salon? It's where Coco enters the salon, and when Nina enters, she gets kicked out every time due to her robotic hands. It's pretty funny. I think I did actually see that video a long time ago. I remember me and my sister were like really into just random videos on YouTube, and I do believe I saw that one. Is that the one where like Crash knocks over some like Wampa fruit stand or something? I think so. Fast attack, baby. What the heck? Alright, so we got Absol, Smeargle, Donphan, Ampharos, and Tentacruel up next. So let's put Shiftry and Ursaring as our leads. And I wrote down that Brick Break guaranteed kills Absol. So that's good information to know. I don't think there's a trainer over here, right? Yeah, there's no trainer here. I believe so, but when he was going to get Wampa Fruit, he was confronted by mutants. Yeah, it sounds familiar. I do think I have seen that one. That was a while ago, though. Bringing back memories, though. Alright, let's do Brick Break on Absol. And then we'll attack the incoming Donphan. And really, Smeargle is not a threat here. It does have Swords Dance, which sounds scary, but then you remember Smeargle has a 20 attack stat, so it becomes significantly less scary. Yeah, 5 damage. If it used Swords Dance, it doubles to 10. Who cares? Do you still watch your old videos as well? Like when you did Crash Insanity and other Crash? Yeah. Those are they have not aged well. Exactly. Definitely the quality of those videos wasn't exactly great. But honestly, like, I just had a blast making them. Like, I made all those videos when I was a lot younger, you know. When I was playing Crash, I was probably, like, maybe, like, I think between the ages of 10 and 15. But I have no shame. Those videos will stay up forever. Even if I said embarrassing things, I don't really care. I was a kid. What are you gonna do? Cancel me? Nice. I think that was a range to kill Tentacruel. I'm pretty sure. I did request the gem extras in Crash Twinsanity. I do remember it well. I also remember that after you defeated Dingodile in Twinsanity, sometimes there's a part that the game freezes sometimes. Oh my god, yes. I do remember that. I thought it was always my disc that was doing that, but no, it's just, like, there's just like a chance your game just dies after Dingodile. And it's so frustrating because, like, I think there's like a save box like really soon after the fight, but the freeze happens before you get there, so it doesn't actually save your progress, which is so tragic. Alright, we beat that person. Who's next? We got Chimecho, Kecleon, Noctowl, Mightyena. Okay. Does everyone have Lumbarion except Shiftry? Yeah, everyone has Lumberry. Okay. Then I think we're good. Alright. What level is everybody as well? Okay, that's pretty good. Might have to do some grinding for everybody else once we like get just before Gorgon, but that's fine. No problem. Shouldn't take too long outside of Zangoose. Zangoose is going to be a while, but like I said, Gorgon, have confidence. We're ahead of schedule, honestly. This is going a lot quicker than what I thought. So we should get to Gorgon without any problem today. Alright, fake out the Kecleon. We'll Thunderbolt Chimecho. The reason we have Lumbarion is in case it goes for confusion. Obviously, it can confuse if it hits that 20% proc, so we have Lumberry as an insurance policy. It went for Uproar though. I think this is like random AI. They just click a move and obviously random target. They don't really factor in anything else. Chimecho's down, and Kecleon should die to Brick Break. And it's Noctowl and Mightyena, so we want to take out Noctowl first, and then we'll worry about Mightyena after. Should be pretty easy. Roll out. No. I am not teaching Electrode with his like 50 attack stat how to roll. I'm not taking him bowling. I mean, he would be an absolute monster in bowling. Like, let's be honest. But he's not going bowling. What I enjoyed about Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled was you can play the Nitro Kart levels as well. I wish there was a Nitro Kart adventure mode. Do you think they should do the tag team levels as well? I don't know if it would translate too well to Nitro Field's game design, because really tag team racing wasn't as it wasn't as built around the racing aspect of things. It was more about like blowing up everyone's vehicles and just actively sabotaging everybody. The tracks themselves are kind of pretty basic and very wide, right? I don't really think they would be great to bring in, but Nitro Card Adventure Mode would be pretty cool to see. That would have been really fun. They added the characters from Tag Team. Yeah, well, adding the characters is fine. I'm just saying adding the tracks in probably, it probably wouldn't translate as well because they're very different games. Like Nitro Kart and Team Racing were in the same vein of kart racer, but Tag Team Racing was definitely a much different spin on it. All right, what do we got? So we got, let me scroll down here. Ninetales, Jumpluff, Azumarill, Shadow Tangela, and Shadow Butterfree. Alright, we're gonna go to Magnet here. And we're leading with Electrode and Houndoom. Let me also go back and heal. I know I'm not missing too much health, but I just want to be careful here. So let's not take any chances. We've come pretty far in this run. Let's not risk any misfortune. All right. And then I think that like sparkling thing on the table is like a key I actually need. So I do have to go down there, and I think I have to fight somebody who's in that room. No, you're not allowed to go any farther. Cypher Peon Targ would like to battle. Do you think Sheila and Bentley would be a cute couple? I know Hunter and Bianca are. I do ship Sheila and Bentley for some reason. I mean, they do have similar personalities. They both are fun-loving people. I don't know. I mean, we don't see a lot of interaction between the companions in Spyro 3, which is kind of a shame. It's really only Spyro and the other people talking to each other, and never really the other characters having time to talk between themselves. But ship whoever you want, that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Have you tried the Sparks levels in Spyro 3? I have. Those were fun. Pretty weird. But I liked it overall. The robot bug farm was definitely one of the weirder ones, though. That was like the final Sparks level. But I did still like it. It was very fun. I like the power-ups that Sparks got. Alright, I don't know if Thunderbolt's gonna kill Azumarill here. It might be like a range or something, but regardless, oh, well, that's a crit. That's gonna kill it now. There you go, never mind. I just wanted to use Flamethrower in case I did kill the Azumarill, because then Flamethrower can take out either Shadow Tangela or, well, I guess Tangela always comes out next, but still. This definitely will kill. Tangela does not have much special defense. Which one do you think was the best? There's Crawdad Farm, Spider Town, Starfish Reef, or Bugbot Factory. Of the ones I remember, I think probably my favorite was the Spider one. I think that one was pretty fun. Crawdad Farm was kind of like a tutorial, so it wasn't really like too challenging or anything. It was pretty linear. So I think I'd probably say the Spider one. In Speedway levels, there are some you can play as Hunter in as well. Yeah, like there's like some of the mini games that you have to play in there, and you always have to like find Hunter in order to, I cannot speak, in order to actually start the mini game. And sometimes he's found in a very difficult to see area. Like you kind of have to look for a little while, or you can just look it up. Of course, that's always an option too. Alright, next one is Shedinja, Wobbuffet, Vibrava, and Magneton. And I said Houndoom, Espeon as the lead choices. Do I have a potion? Because I can just do that. I don't have to go back and heal. We barely used any power points. Yeah, Houndoom, Espeon, and obviously we gotta take out Wobbuffet. Why did I just move to the left? What happened there? We have to take out Wobbuffet first. When Spyro swims, it reminds me of Breaststroke when he swims while he's not underwater. Like, it reminds you of, like, kind of like the butterfly stroke or breaststroke. Yeah. Spyro's like Michael Phelps out here. Well, let me check one thing before I do this fight. Just want to see one thing, because we are dealing with a Wobbuffet, and we all know Wobbuffet is a very tricky Pokemon to handle. So I don't want to take any chances here. Let's do that. Houndoom. Houndoom's got really good special attack. Like it. Big dog. Yeah, it should be okay. We're good. I was just making sure that the damage was more than likely gonna take the Wobbuffet out. And it looks fine. Because I think Espeon has much more special attack, yeah, than Houndoom, so should be good. Okay. Do I battle you? No. I battle this guy. There we go. Okay. So it's you, is it? The one who's been causing a 14% loss in manufacturing productivity? Oh, you're the kid that dropped in on us at the SS Libra. I see now. You know far too much more about Cypher than you need to know. If nothing's done about you, there's a 98% likelihood that this factory and the Shadow Pokemon plan will be endangered. In that event, the danger to Cypher goes up to a whopping 54%. That's critically bad news. What is happening? I suppose we'll have to coax you into giving up the chase right here. Can you do freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, or butterfly? I can do all four as I am a swimmer. No, I cannot. I'm not a great swimmer. Like, I can prevent myself from drowning. That's the good news. But I am not a strong swimmer at all. I could not do any. But you must be very talented if you're a swimmer and able to do all those Alright, Wobbuffet down. Don't have to worry about that. Doing any Destiny Bond or Mirror Coat shenanigans, so we're good there. Perfectly fine with that. Take out Shedinja and Psychic, the Vibrava. Breaststroke and Butterfly are easy to get disqualified in, as you have to keep the same movement. You can't alter movement. Well, yeah, right. There was one video I saw, I don't remember when, but it was like some swimmer. I don't know if they were in college or if it was a more professional thing. I'm not sure, but they won the race, and then their friend next to them in like the next lane over, they won like second or third, whatever it was, and he wanted to celebrate, so he like kind of got on top of the little like rope that they have to separate the lanes, and he came into his friend's lane while there were still like maybe one or two other competitors trying to finish their race, and he got disqualified for it because he entered into a different lane while the race was ongoing, which was just tragic. You know, the way I see it, like, as soon as you've got like first, second, and third, who cares what else happens after that? I feel like the race is over at that point. Like, do you get points or something for like finishing in like 7th or 8th place or something? Because I always thought it was just first, second, third. He got disqualified as for obstructing and interfering with another swimmer. But I guess I don't know fully how it works, but would it still be obstructing if he finished the race? I mean, they're both done, right? I don't know. I'm not the one who made the rules, though, but it was definitely heartbreaking for that guy. Can only hope that, you know, he doesn't get banned or anything and just, you know, uses that as motivation to come back and do even better, though. But it definitely is heartbreaking that that happened. Alright, let's see. We got next one. Also, I gotta move this over. This is getting in my way. Everything is getting in my way all of a sudden. Alright. Good thing to enjoy is water slides. Have you ever went on a water slide before? I've always wanted to, but I never have, no. Water parks in general, like, you know, I've obviously gone to like amusement parks and such, but I've never actually done like any water park while I was there. It's always just been like roller coasters and like other standard rides, but they do look really fun, and one day I'm sure I will do it. Okay, Golduck, Hitmontop, Hariyama, Shadow Venomoth, Shadow Weepinbell, and I want Houndoom and Espeon again. I'll go heal. Just to confirm, we're all good. Move the Pokefood that definitely weighs more than what a 10-year-old child should be able to push. Very odd that they give you a healing station, but they don't give you a PC box here. I feel like anytime they give you a healing station, they should give you a PC box in like a new area especially. Just very odd choice. Especially considering this is like a really expensive high-tech lab, you would absolutely think that a PC would make perfect sense to be in a facility like this. So Houndoom Espeon. The Golduck doesn't actually have a water move, so I'm perfectly fine with leading with Golduck here. Above here is the factory's all-important control machine. I can't let you pass, even if it takes inches off my chest. Okay. Interesting. When you free the 4 Spire 3 characters, some of the cutscenes beat Moneybags, which you do, or... Oh, which one do you think was funnier? Okay, I read that wrong, my bad. Which one do you think was funnier for beating Moneybags? Sheila, Sergeant Bird, Bentley, or Agent 9? I think probably my favorite was Sergeant Bird. The abruptness of it is just so great. Just absolutely blast Moneybags. It's hilarious. It's Hariyama after the... Yeah, after Hitmontop. And Psychic's definitely going to kill Hitmontop. So I'll charm Golduck just to make it so that it can't do anything. It only knows physical moves, I think. Maybe it knows Confusion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But either way, like... Golduck does not have a lot. It has like Aerial Ace, Scratch, and really nothing else. I like how Sheila kicked Moneybags and reignited and he flies in the air. Anytime we get to see Moneybags getting hurt, it's a good time. He deserves it. Constantly roadblocking me just so he can nickel and dime me for all the gems I found. I also like at the end of Spire 3 when you just get to like chase after him and get all your gems back. Such a cathartic experience. Yeah, after defeating the sorceress, yeah. I got a question for you. Have you ever seen the anti-piracy for Spyro 3? Like there's like a full game you can play, but the game detects that you are playing a pirated copy of the game, and it just messes with you. It lets you play like almost the whole game, but it just messes with you the whole time. You have? That is really fun. It's diabolical what they do. They take eggs out of your inventory, make it so that levels are considered incomplete, sometimes warp you to the wrong area. It's so funny. Yeah, Zoe will tell you, right? Yeah. There's dialogue for it, which is hilarious. Nice crit. Don't think it mattered, but we'll take it. I wish more games did stuff like that, though. Like anti-piracy, but doing it in like funny and creative ways. Because most of the time, if like a game detects you're playing a pirated copy, It's simply just like, you can't play the game, right? Like, they lock you from being able to access the content. But I wish that more games did something creative like that, where they just troll the player. It's so funny. I like that after defeating the sorceress that Alora made an appearance as she is inspired to, yeah. She's a fawn, you dork. Alright, next one is Grumpig, Seadra, Camera Up, Seeking, and Piloswine. We want Shift Tree and Espeon for this one. Well, I'll just potion. We'll just use a potion again. I think we're fine. I don't think I'm gonna need Houndoom for this fight. Hopefully not. We save. Also, I think that chest up there is the TM for Earthquake, which still don't know if I'm going to teach it to anyone anytime soon. I mean, definitely you got to teach it to somebody at some point. It's too good of a move not to use, but don't know when I'm going to do it. Not sure. Oop, I forgot to read this. Whoops, I left it on my desk. That's not smart. Oh hey, that's my system lover. You went and got it for me, thank you. Wait, who are you anyway? You don't belong here. Darn, if the voltage goes up even a little, the computer controlling this whole facility will shut down. And oh my gosh, if that were to happen, the Shadow Pokemon production software could be destroyed. I can't let you lay one finger on this control machine. Thank you for telling me. Cypher R&D Akrod would like to battle. That was funny when she said have you seen the prototype Aspire 2? Alora also talked in the intros and said it in Fracture Hills that some are Alora's cousins. I have not seen that. I mean, that kind of makes sense though, right? Fracture Hills though, oh my goodness. When I was a kid, I could not stand it. The bagpipes were so loud. Oh my god. And you had like the bushes that just attacked you. Oh my god. Some haunting stuff right there. Actually, let's do Fake Out, Grumpig, and Psychic Seadra. I think Psychic will kill Seadra. Seadra has like non-existent special defense, so it should be okay. There are fawns in Fracture Hills and Magma Cone, so I believe some of them must be Alora's cousins. Probably. I mean, all the dragons we see are related in some way, shape, or form to Spyro, so it would make sense. Double attack Camera Up tier, that should definitely kill it. Nice crit. That speeds things up. When I was a kid, when I played Scorch, I didn't know the enemies that put their head in the ground were camels. I didn't know they were camels during that time because they behave like ostriches. It might be some kind of weird like hybrid where they're trying to like combine, you know, two animals. I mean, already you wouldn't think it's a camel because they have two legs. So I can definitely see the confusion. Alright, Piloswine will... I think it'll live Giga Drain, but it'll go down next turn. And officially, it'll just be one more trainer. And then we fight Gorgon. think that makes sense. It's just spamming magic coat. I think what's happening is Grumpig is trying to attack Shiftry, and Shiftry is a dark type, so it doesn't have a move to hit with, so it's just using like a random non-damaging move in its arsenal. That's why I left Grumpig on the field, because all it knows is psychic moves, so it can't hit Shiftry. And obviously it's not very effective against Espeon. All right. Pile of Swine is down. And that is second to last trainer before Gorgon, also defeated. So now, this is where I need to go grab Togetic. Just so that we have a guaranteed win against this guy, because he actually uses some high-level Pokemon. This next trainer, I think, at least the 2 Shadow Pokemon he has are like essentially level 36 because of the level buff. So let's put Hariyama and Espeon in the lead. I'll put Espeon over Hariyama, actually. And let me go grab Togetic. I think I need to level up Hariyama at 35 now that I think about it. I think I assumed that Hariyama was going to level up a little bit more from all the other battles here, and I was wrong. So let me also get Hariyama to 35 first, and then we'll fight the last trainer before Gorgon. Pretty far walk we have to go to get out of here. It's kind of crazy. Well, we're getting there. Cruising. Alright, let's go. Where? Pirate Town, right? Yeah. That's where I was grinding at. And I need to get, Oh, I keep forgetting to do it. I keep forgetting to update the team. I forgot to update the team again. Tragic. I gotta update the team again. Hold on. Let me get to the PC box and then I'll do all that. Just, I cannot remember. I cannot keep track of it. It's such a simple thing to do and I cannot do it. Unfortunate. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's also bring Zangoose in, start getting this thing leveled up as well. That's gonna be a grind and a half when we get going with that. Who am I bringing for the Gorgon fight? Shiftry, Ursaring, Togetic is backup. Alright, so then I probably won't need Houndoom. Yeah, probably won't need Houndoom. And I won't need Electrode either. I'll just bring the team that I'm gonna use for Gorgon here. Did you know that in Scorch there's an enemy with a gun, but in Reignited it's a slingshot instead of a gun? Yeah, there was a lot of censorship with the Reignited trilogy. They definitely took out any references to like actual, you know, anything that resembled a weapon, really. I know in like Spyro 1, they like replaced it with paintball guns too. Okay, so let me update the team. So I took Houndoom off. Put Zangoose on, so let me grab Zangoose here. Don't tell me I don't have a picture of Zangoose. Oh my god, hold on. Stream might lag for just a second. Bear with it. Or not the stream, the emulator might lag for a second, just bear with it. Okay. That should be fine now. Zangoose. We'll resize this. Don't have Snowrun on my team, I can promise you that. Already have Hariyama accounted for. Okay, Ursaring. And Hariyama. Don't have Sand Slash. Yeah, it's just Togetic and then we're good. Then everyone's accounted for. Okay. Togetic. Make him bigger. Honestly, that kind of looks too big, doesn't it? Yeah, well, I mean, that's the size I've been using, so let's just go with it. Okay. Strange Cousin Scorch, one of the enemies have swords too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was definitely some weird differences in what was okay and what was okay back in, 2000 and what was okay in 2020, right? Or whenever Spyro came out. I'm not sure. When did Spyro Reignited come out? It wasn't that long, right? Oh wait, hold on. I need to actually train up my Pokemon. That's the whole reason I came here. Yeah, we'll just fight this guy with both Zangoose and Hariyama. I'm not going to put experience share on, because, I mean, Zangoose needs the experience as well. We're going to have to do this grind eventually, so might as well kind of work towards it now. Oh wait, this is not the right guy. Oh my god, I fought the wrong guy. It's fine, this guy's okay too. I'm just stupid. Unfortunate. I mean, I guess it kind of works out, because like all of his Pokemon are weak to fighting, and both of these guys have Brick Break. So it should be okay, but... Yeah, I didn't want to fight this guy, I wanted to fight the other one. Because Hariyama doesn't really benefit from all the speed effort values here. Loudred be howling. I really love Zangoose's design. I think it's really great. Also, I meant to do that the other way around. I meant Hariyama to attack Dunsparce. For some reason, I thought Hariyama was in the top slot, so I didn't even think to look. That's okay, though. It just takes one extra turn. I also realized some enemies in Spyro can attack other enemies as well. Have you come across that? Probably have. I can't think of any specific examples of it happening. I mean, one easy one is like the Dr. Shemp level. where like you have the big person who like smacks the little guys and they just start running at you at full speed, like screaming their head off. That's like the only example I can think of off the top of my head. In Scorch, the guys with the guys with guns also can be seen shooting the snakes. I don't think I ever noticed that, no. Cool attention to detail, though. Wow. Headbutt crit actually does pretty solid damage, my god. That should be okay. We know it cannot kill with a crit, so it's alright. And we definitely outspeed these guys. Focus energy. It's trying to get another crit. It's fishing for it. Which one of Sheila's sublevels do you think was the best? Sunny Villa, Seashell Shore, Spooky Swamp, or Desert Ruins? I did like the little guys you had to help in Spooky Swamp. That one was funny. It was a tough minigame, but it was a funny one because when you lost, they would just go like, I went boom again. It was funny. So probably like that one because even when I was losing, I was laughing at just the stupid commentary from the NPCs. Yeah, that's probably my favorite. How much more experience do we need? 4,000 experience, okay. So I'll try to see how much experience we're getting per run through of this. Because I don't know how much it gives. Maybe it doesn't give that much. I mean, you're not really fighting anything strong. Clamperl, Murkrow, Bagon. I already forgot the other one. They're not very strong Pokemon, though. So probably you're getting like 200 each maximum. What about Sergeant Bird sublevels? Molten Crater, Enchanted Towers, and Charmed Ridge. I think I like Molten Craters the most. Retrieving all the different heads from the lava was pretty cool. Let me reorder my moves too. Put Crush Claw at the top. I don't know. Does Crush Claw kill Bagon? Let's see. Well, with a crit, I would definitely say yes. What about Bentley's sublevels? I think the one with the pandas, Bamboo Terrace or whatever it was called. I think that might be what it was. That one was probably my favorite. Just climbing up a mountain and just smacking everybody on the way up. Fun time. Very therapeutic. Okay, Zangoose got a level up. That's good. About Agent 9 sub-levels. I was never good at the Agent 9 ones, but the one I remember the most... I think it's a tie between both the Fireworks Factory and the what's the one? The Dino level. I don't remember what it was called. I think it's like a tie for me between those two. I like both of them a lot. Even though I was bad at them. I was very bad at the Agent 9 levels. Dino Mines. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, take two. Can Crush Claw kill Bagon without a crit? Yes, awesome. Then we'll just do that. Nice. Zangoose is strong enough to kill Clamperl, which is great. But Murkrow does outspeed, which sucks. Agent 9's lab, I think, would be the best because you will see the professor for the first time since Spyro 2. Very true. I always like the professor, like, when he's just like standing there idly and he'll just go, no, no, aha. So funny. Just stand there until the end of time. All right, let's see. I don't know how much experience I'm getting, but it does seem like okay. It shouldn't take too much longer to get Hariyama up to or not 40. That would be over the level cap. 35. Alright, let's go talk to you again. I think it's probably like 3 more battles. I think so. And then we can go back and actually continue with the main objective, which is getting to Gorgon. The Monkey Man. Alright, let's see if Hariyama can kill Clamperl, and if I can just have Zangoose go for Murkrow instead. That would probably be better. That way I can try to do it without taking any damage. which would be a lot nicer and cleaner for grinding. Oops. Alright. Did I miss Crush Claw? Yeah, I did. Tragic. Again, take my eyes off the screen and something bad happens. Unfortunate. It's not a big deal. It just means that it's one more turn. Alright, 2 more. And I think Hariyama's going to make it to level 35. How much money does this guy give to? I don't know. Probably not a ton, but if it's a couple of hundred, I'll be happy. You know, Spyro 2's Mystic Marsh has weird enemy combinations, like a mix between a pufferfish and a platypus, snail rhinos, and snail elephants. Yeah, those enemies are very memorable. I like them. I also remember like the thieves that you had to chase, the ones that, like, stole the spark plugs that were like foxes. Good times. It was confusing when I first saw this, yeah. Alright, Merker down. Clamper will go down. Might get the 30 on Zangoose, possibly. I think both of them are going to be like literally like a couple of pixels shy of a level up. Yeah, look at that. That's insane. Perfectly insane. So we got to do it one more time. But we're getting there. It'll be worth it. And I cannot wait to debut the strategy for Gorgon. I also realized Magma Cone and Fracture Hills have Earth Shapers. I wonder why they are called Earth Shapers. Well, all I know is that they were really a pain in the booty to take out. That one minigame you have to do with the Alchemist to get to Hunter. Oh my goodness. They were just obnoxious. That guy took the weirdest path to get to Hunter. It was like he was going out of his way to get, you know, destroyed by these guys. Alright, double attack, and everyone is, well, not everyone. Zangoose needs to get to 36 eventually. We're going to do that later. Don't worry about that. Right now, I'm just going to focus on beating the last trainer before Gorgon. And then we'll start the grind for Zangoose, and I don't think it'll take too long. Hopefully not. Hoping. But we also have to level up a couple of other Pokemon to 36 as well. really it's just Espeon and Hariyama that are absolutely needed, but I'm probably going to get some other Pokemon to 36 just so that we're... In case my strategy doesn't work, which I really hope that isn't the case, I'll walk back this way. I hope that's not the case, but if it happens, then we'll have a backup plan just in case. What was your thoughts on Aquaria Towers? I found those sharks very scary. I used to be scared of them when I was a kid. I used to be scared of them too. And definitely, I didn't really fully understand what you were supposed to do to get past them when I first played. But I do like the level Aquaria Towers. It was a pretty solid level. I liked slowly raising the water level to overcome more and more puzzles in the place. That was pretty good. Okay, yeah, I got like some kind of drift in my analog stick. Every so often it kind of flicks to the left. Alright, was there any item? Oh, I just banged my controller. Oops. Is there any items I needed? No, not really. Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I'll just go heal at the little station here. And we will go up and we will fight the last trainer before the big man. Monkey Man. Push the big crate of food. I used to ask my mom to get rid of them for me. Yeah, it was always nice when you were a kid and you couldn't get past a part, you know, to ask someone else to do it. Always a godsend when you had someone available who was able to get through the scary parts or the hard parts for you. It's Espeon and Hariyama, right? Espeon, Hariyama. Okay, yeah. And I'm probably just being overly careful, but it's better that than being underprepared and then losing a Pokemon because of just negligence, so. First, we gotta put the lever in. The control machine has gone wild. You don't say. Uh-oh. What's going on? The production line stopped. The control computer's not responding. Oh, you're that punk from the SS Libra. You're behind this, aren't you? Oh no, what the blazes? The Shadow Pokemon production software has been deleted. Gorgon gets furious if things don't go his way. He's gonna chew me out again. Alright. What's your thought on Hurricos? It was a solid level. I really like the little guys you were helping. Because they're voiced by Tom Kenny, which is the voice of SpongeBob. Hilarious. Never will be not funny to me. Alright, let's Brick Break Huntail. That's going to weaken it so that it's in range where we can kill with Psychic. And Cacturne can't do, like, anything to Hariyama. Huntail, if it uses Water Pulse, it could confuse Hariyama. That's why we have Lumbreon. Wow, they both attacked into Hariyama, so that Protect was completely worthless, but it's fine. Alright, so we want Psychic on Huntail and Brick Break on Cacturn. And Hariyama is guaranteed to outspeed Cacturn. I believe, unless it has more, because we did fight a couple of trainers that gave speed effort values. I looked up ahead of time, it was going to have like 44 speed, which is enough to outrun both of them. 44 speed at level 35, I should clarify. And I think this is a range to kill Ursaring. And so, like, the reason why I wanted Togetic in the back... Oh, wait, I didn't even put Togetic on... Wait, no, I did. I did, right? Yeah, I put Togetic on. Okay. Thought I made a mistake there. The reason I wanted to have Togetic in is if like, I got, like, crit a whole bunch on Hariyama, then I probably would have wanted to swap out here to Togetic so that, you know, if Espeon got attacked, they could follow me to protect Espeon. But obviously we were fine. We didn't need anything, so we're good. But yeah, this is a range to kill Ursaring here. Did you know in Spire 3, Zoe has the same voice actress as Sandy Cheeks? Yeah, it's pretty funny. There's just like a lot of like childhood voice actors that you just I probably didn't realize it when I was first playing it, but then you like go back years later and it's like, oh my gosh, it's awesome. Oh yeah, Intimidate. I was like, wow, Brick Break didn't even come close to... Oh, I'm dumb. I could have died to a crit there. I should have swapped to Togetic. That is a misplay for me. Yeah, that's a misplay. Dang. Oh, I should have just swapped to Togetic. Why did I not do that? I forgot he had Aerial Ace. Yep. What a stupid mistake to make. That's infuriating. Thankfully it didn't crit. I cannot be making a mistake like that. Yeah, I absolutely could have lost Hariyama there. Completely my fault. What's crazy though is that that's random AI. Like, they don't pick the strongest move. So that's a 1 in 4 chance to pick the Aerial Ace, and also a 1 in 2 chance to target Hariyama. And then on top of that, right, even before then, Huntail and Cacturn attacked Hariyama. That was also a 50-50 of who they target, and then, you know, 1 in 4 for what move they use. So yeah, that was a whole slew of unluck for Hariyama. But we're okay. Just, yeah, that was a misplay. We're okay. Do you have a favorite SpongeBob character? Mine is Sandy, even when she gets mad. I think, over the years, I think probably Squidward has become my favorite. I love him. Squidward just has some really funny lines. Alright, so let's put Zangoose in the lead, and we gotta level up everyone to 36 at this point. And we'll be good to go. Yeah, the grumpy. Yeah, I love Squidward. Okay. So mainly I need to grind up Zangoose above everything else. Let me put experience share on him to make it go a little bit quicker. No, I think I'm fine with getting some speed on Hariyama. I think it's whatever. Like, it's not the best, but it's okay. Uh-oh. I think the internet had a little bit of a lag spike there. I think everything looks okay now, but it looks like it kind of spiked there for a second. Yeah, I think everything's good now. Okay. So I'm sorry about that, but looks okay. Hopefully it's still fine. All right. I think this guy's probably the best to farm experience off of, just because like all of his Pokemon are normal type, and since we have Brick Break on everybody, we should just one-shot everything. Should be a quick and easy kind of grind fighting this guy. What's your thought on Glimmer, Idle Springs, and Colossus? Did you know in Heracos, when you get rid of the purple guy, sometimes an alarm or an alert sound comes? Yeah. Yeah, that was always kind of annoying trying to do like that little mini game. But I liked all the starting worlds. I think those were all really fun. Colossus, like the big thing I remember about that was like the music that played. It was great. And then Idle Springs, the fish mini game was always good. And then there was like that one puzzle where you have to make all the tiles yellow to open the treasure chest. That was a good time. Yeah, I liked all the starting levels. They were all good. Did like a good job of like both giving you a tutorial and also being like pretty solid worlds in and of themselves. Oh, is it? Oh my god, what is happening? Do we have another lag spike? Is it okay now? Again, I think it's okay now. But yeah, it's another lag spike out of nowhere. I don't know why that keeps happening. It's pretty frustrating. I don't really think there's anything I can do about it, unfortunately. I sincerely apologize, but yeah, I don't know why the internet's doing this all of a sudden. I'm only happy it's not doing it during the Gorgon fight, but if it starts to do it during the Gorgon fight, I'm going to be really upset, so hopefully not. These crits have kind of been crazy. I've been critting a fair amount, and the enemies have been critting a fair amount. It's been a little bit ridiculous. What about the other levels? Crystal Glacier, Skelos Badlands, Zephyr, Breeze Harbor, Scorch, Magma Code, and Shady Oasis. Yeah, all those were fun. I think Breeze Harbor was a little bit weak. I didn't really like that one too much. Just felt like it kind of went on for a ridiculously long time, and especially the trolley minigame was annoying. Yeah, but all the other ones were good. I liked some of the mini games from the Magma Cone, where you have to like catch the little the like sparkle things before Hunter does. That was a fun one. And of course, Skelos Badlands, you have the freaking Bone Dance Man, which is hilarious. Although that T-Rex minigame where you have to like stop the dinosaurs from eating the little cave people. Yeah, that's a little bit tricky to do. I love the music that plays here. In Scorch, there's also the Barrel of Monkeys and Capture the Flag, yeah. Those were funny. The Capture the Flag one was a little bit annoying too, because sometimes those projectiles just took some weird bounces. I don't know how many more times we're gonna have to fight Ryder Willie here before we're gonna get to 36, but hopefully it'll be somewhere along the lines of like 40 minutes thereabout, and then we can get to Gorgon's fight. And then that'll definitely be the last thing I do, is just do Gorgon, and then we'll stop for today. I'm gonna go heal. Do have to be mindful of the Brick Break PP, and then also Zangoose does not have great defense, so you don't want it to take too many hits here. Did you enjoy those levels? Mystic Marsh, Cloud Temple, Robotica Farms, and Metropolis. I think the last set of levels were a little bit weak, admittedly, just because like they were all like kind of optional, right? You didn't really have to complete any of them because they didn't give you talismans. They only gave you orbs. So I think that's the only thing I didn't like about them, was that there was like no story requirement to actually play them. But they were fine. Like, I didn't mind them or anything. Did it just use Pin Missile? I didn't know it had that. That's fine. I mean, it is 4x super effective, but it's also a very weak move. But I didn't think that Zigzagoon would have that move. Which level was more enjoyable? Sheila's out, Sergeant Bird's base, Bentley's outpost, or Agent 9's lab? I would say either Sergeant Bird or Bentley. Both fun for different reasons. Ryder Willie is not giving me a lot of money here, though. This is like 200 some every time I do it. But the experience is solid, and again, his Pokemon aren't too hard to defeat. Honestly, let me look at something. Because if Zangoose can guaranteed kill with Brick Break, then Shiftry has to, right? So I think what I'm going to start doing is just Brick Breaking both the Zig. That way I don't have to take any damage. That'll be even better. I think Agent 9's controls are harder than the original and Reignited. I have to replay them like side by side in order to like see the comparison. But all I know is I was really bad at Agent 9's gameplay. Was never good at it. Alright. Beat him again. Yeah, this is a lot better, because in that way I don't have to take any damage. And I don't have to risk anybody. I'm still upset that I risked that crit there. I thought for sure I came up with strategies that were going to be clean. And I mean, I did have a strategy. Like, if I just swapped a Togetic there on Hariyama, I'm fine. But for whatever reason, I just blanked that Ursaring had Aerial Ace. And of course, picks the best move, picks the best outcome. The only good thing is it didn't crit me. Remember in Crash Insanity there was that bus chase? It was pretty hard, wasn't it? I don't remember if it was hard or not. I just remember it was definitely like out of nowhere. All of a sudden you're dealing with like a classic, you know, Crash Bandicoot chase level, right? And I do remember I died like a couple of times on it. I think sometimes you would get like kind of stuck on the chimneys that you were running across. Have you seen the Crash Twinsanity July 19, 2004 prototype? I've seen videos about it. Like a beta that someone recovered or something? I don't know if I've seen anything for a Crash Twinsanity. I did see one for Wrath of Cortex. But yeah, I don't remember seeing one for Twinsanity. I'd have to look that up. Alright, so Shifter should get to 36, so we'll be good there. Just need to get Espeon to 36, really, and then we're at least good for the main 3 Pokemon that I'm going to be using once Zangoose gets to 36. But I'm also going to try to get Togetic and Ursaring up as well. I might just get Ursaring to 35. Because we're grinding against the guy that gives speed effort values right now, and that's not really going to help Ursaring like at all, so I'll just get what I can here and then we'll go fight him. Do you remember the chase with Rusty Walrus? Yeah, I do. That was also weird, and the fact that he like kind of matched your speed, like he went faster when you got further away from him and slower when he was closer to you, that was always pretty weird. Alright, Shifter, you're good, so we can put you in the back. What level is Ursaring at? Ursaring is 34. Okay, yeah. I think it's fine to get him a little bit of speed. I don't want to give him too much, but I mean... He can afford a little bit of speed effort values. Not a big deal. Not gonna kill him. Alright, this grind's going a lot quicker than I thought it was. Or I thought it would, I should say. I thought we would be here for another 30 minutes, but it actually looks like at the rate we're going, might be more like 20, maybe even less. So that's great. Because Angus is just 2.5 levels away from 36. Although I do have to still grind up Espeon, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe we're not in the clear. Have you seen the other Spyro game, Spyro Hero's Tale? I never played that game, but I obviously saw like trailers for it and gameplay for it, yeah, but I never actually played it. I played The Legend of Spyro. That was another game that I played. I didn't like that one a lot. That was a little bit too weird, too like out of the norm for Spyro games for me. Also, the art style was kind of weird for that one. I have to make sure that I still have Brick Break power points, because I don't know how many I've used up to this point. We only got 15. So unfortunately I don't have infinite. Let's see. I might also have to go to fight at Pirate Coliseum at some point so I can get more Brick Break TMs from there. Almost level 34. I think we might get to 34 on this one. Yep, there we go. Have you heard of the cut Crash to Insanity level Gone a Bit Coco? I did hear about that. I think there was actually concept art of the level in the game. There was like, you know, kind of like an evil version of Coco that you could find for getting like a certain amount of the gems. I can't remember. But yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, it sucks like all the cut content for Crash to Insanity. Really wish that like you could have actually seen like the full product. It's hilarious when they give you a no option when someone asks you to battle, but they force you to anyway. They're teaching kids they don't have the right to refuse consent. Hopefully they're not teaching kids that, but yeah, like this guy I'm kind of walking up to and asking for it, so it's okay. I will absolutely take his lunch money. No problem. I hope Earthring gets the 35 here. I could obviously go to 36, but like, you know, I think 35 is fine. I don't anticipate Earthring is going to be needed at all for this fight for Gorgon. We're just doing this as an insurance policy, really, above everything else. Oh, I was supposed to heal. My bad. That's completely my fault. I'll just stay in. It's fine. Oh man, why didn't that kill? Oh my god. Yeah, that's why I was worried about, like a double crit potentially killing Zangoose. That's why I kind of wanted to swap it out, but it's fine. I think we would have been okay. The first one did 46, which wasn't half. So I think it would have been fine. But I will swap it out just in case Crush Claw decides to miss here. I don't wanna risk that. Wouldn't want to play that game. Alright. When I requested the gem extras for Crash to Insanity, I'm glad I did that. Watched it, sorry. To watch, and you said as requested by Beagle Boy, fly that to me. Yeah, I remember making some of like the extra like stuff for a lot of different games, you know. Back then I was kind of like a people pleaser, and I liked reading comments and trying to do things that people wanted to see. And then for a while I just kind of fell out of love with content creation in general, but now I'm kind of back, and I've been enjoying streaming and doing like kind of challenge runs, so it's been kind of full circle almost. You have a good memory on that? It's wonderful. I'm glad I could entertain you back then and even now. Alright, let's get you out of here. How much does Espeon need to level up? Okay, that's good. That's fine. I might need to bring up another Pokemon here to help out with Zangoose. But we'll get there when we get there. Let me just get Espeon to 36 first, and then, you know, we can work on doing what we can to get Zangoose up to snuff too. Whoa! Whoa! No! Why did that happen? What is happening? Okay. I might have to change controller or something, because that, if that happens against Scorrigan, that's going to be so unbelievably bad. It almost made me attack Espeon. Or maybe I can just disable the analog stick. I might just do that too. Alright, let me get out of this battle first. Yeah, I cannot have that happening. I'm gonna hold the analog stick to the right while I'm clicking these moves, just so nothing happens. In Classroom Chaos, do you remember the guys with the searchlights that have paper planes if you get spotted by them? And there's those bugs in Cortex Part as well. Not sure which bugs they were. Yeah, I remember the whole chase sequence. It was a fun level, but it was very buggy. There were like animations that could kind of break, and then obviously there were a couple of crashes that could happen. Yeah. I do remember that. Alright, okay, I'm gonna save the game, and I'm gonna see if there's a way I can like go in my emulator settings and like disable the analog stick. I cannot have that happening. I'll just use D-pad. Alright, 1 second. Let me do that. Let's see. Control settings, configure. Is there a way to just turn it off? I don't think there is. All right, let me go grab another controller, because I just cannot have that happening in actually important battle. So just 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay, that should be good. I don't know if I have to calibrate the sticks again or not. Maybe I do. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Alright. Sorry about that debacle. Alright. Think we're good now. Hopefully we're good. A bit similar to the ones in Totem Hokum. Oh yeah, like getting spotted by like the watchtower people. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Also, my mic's on. Am I like not like scooting as much? I feel like I'm not talking directly into the mic or something. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Zigzagoon down. And we should get to level 35, and Espeon should get to 36. And then I'll have to go and just quickly put someone else on the team to help Zangoose level up here. But yeah, it should just be about another 4 or 5 fights. And we'll be ready for Gorgon. I wonder, Madame Amberly used to call Cortex Crybaby Cortex. I also been told she is one of the current characters who hasn't met Crash in person. Yeah, I don't think she ever does, no. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that though, the game. I think Madame Amberly probably was another character that was more than likely supposed to be more fleshed out, but because the game was, you know, rushed and a lot of things were cut, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a fair amount they had to cut out for that section. Alright, Espeon is all good. Let's go. Just temporarily put Sandslash on the team for now. I'm not gonna bother updating the team. Because he's only gonna be on here for like 3 or 4 battles, but yeah. Just know that he is in fact helping me out for now, just grinding up Zangoose. She used to call him Cryberry Cortex. Do you know why? I don't know if did the game ever explain that? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll go Sandslash. I highly doubt that Sandslash can kill Linoon in one hit, but he can definitely kill Zigzagoon for sure, so it'll be fine. Very good. I gotta check on how much Brick Break PP. Did I heal out? Maybe I healed up when I was at Phenac City, so it should be okay, right? Yeah, I did. We're good. Don't have to worry about anything. Alright, there we go. And yeah, just I think 2 more fights, maybe. No, actually no, it might be, no, I think just one. I think we're in the home stretch. Last fight, I think. And then we can do Gorgon. And like I said, after Gorgon, I'm gonna stop for tonight. But it was a great session. I did make that one misplay. Didn't end up biting me, you know, thankfully I didn't lose anybody, but it should have just never happened. I should have swapped a Togetic on the Hariyama. I'm still hung up on it, still pissed at myself for it. But again, it didn't end up mattering, so it's okay. Who's your favorite villain for Spyro? Would it be Nasty Nork, Ripto, Crush Gulp, or the Sorceress? I think in terms of like a villain that I thought was written well enough that I really wanted to beat them, I would say probably the Sorceress. I think Ripto was very goofy. And because of that, I could never take him seriously. Like, not as a villain at all. The Sorceress I actually could take seriously as a villain, though. Alright. Brick Break kills Linoon, and... Okay, not quite. We're almost to level 36. This next one will take us to 36. They've gone for Xanduus like every time they've attacked. It's actually wild. I know Engine is your favorite villain for Crash. Do you have a favorite Crash character, one of the heroes, like either Crash, Coco, or Crunch? I think of those 3, I'd probably say Coco. I like her. Oops, dozed off and phone is screaming because battery's dying. The grind never ends, it seems. Well, actually, the grind just ended. We got Zangoose to 36. Art, you showing up here, you've gotten us over the hump of getting to level 36, so we're right about to fight Gorgon now. And then after Gorgon, I'm gonna stop for tonight. So let's put Hariyama on the lead. I need to go grab Espeon really quick. Espeon's gonna be like integral. Like I need Espeon on my team. But yeah, nothing really happened while you were sleeping. I pretty much I made one misplay. I completely forgot that someone's Ursaring had Aerial Ace, so I almost lost Hariyama. If it would have crit, I would have lost him. And I'm still pissed at myself for making that mistake, but it's okay. We didn't lose him. We're okay. And yeah, so now it's just Oregon time. Debbie Derryberry was the best actress for Coco. Yeah, I love the voice. Misplay, yeah, like, so basically, I looked up the movesets ahead of time. I knew exactly what moveset it had, but it slipped my memory when I was fighting him. And completely forgot that the Ursaring had Aerial Ace, so I just, I put Hariyama at risk of death. If the move would have crit, he would have died. I'm glad the Sumo Man is still with us, yeah. He's a good Pokemon. It would really suck to lose him. Let me go teach... There are 2 moves I need to teach Zangoose here. Obviously, one of them is Protect. Or, no, not Protect. Swords Dance. That's the big one. And then I gotta teach him Shadow Ball. And we'll be good. Good to go. Alright, Zangoose. I will gladly pay 1,000 Poke Coupons to relearn Swords Dance. Phenomenal move. Get rid of Refresh. Don't need it. Lex Lang was the best actor for Cortex, and Amy Gross was the best actress for Nina. Yeah, Lex Lang was very good. I liked him. But I do also like Clancy Brown, like the original Cortex for like the initial like trilogy, and I think also he did Wrath of Cortex. That was good too. Alright, we'll teach Shadow Ball. I don't need to buy it because I have it with me. Oops. Oh my god, I'm just trying to save the game, please. Okay. And officially, I think we're good to go. Yeah. Brick Break, Shadow Ball, Swords Dance. These are the only 3 moves I need. I need to put a held item on him. Just in case. We'll put a Lumberry on, I guess. And Hariyama. Yeah, Lumberry's fine for you. Espeon, Lumberry. Yep. I think we are just good to go. I think these are the only 3 Pokemon I'm going to need, and I'm confident in saying this. I really think we're going to do Gorgon without losing, or not, without taking a single point of damage. I can't speak. I said it last time that I felt like I had a strategy that could do it, and now I can unveil it and see if we can pull it off. And either I'm going to look like a big brain or a complete moron. Clancy Brown also voiced Uka Uka. Mel Rinkler was the best actor for Aku Aku. Oh man, didn't he pass away recently? The actor for Aku Aku. Banger moveset Zangoose. Yeah, Zangoose is going to take over the world with this moveset. Just world-ending levels of power. Yes, he did. It's sad he's gone, yeah. I think they did like a tribute at the end of like Crash 4 for him. All right. Now for us to see if I actually can pull off this strategy the way that I envisioned it. I think Gorgon's going to be easy because his AI is consistent, which is phenomenal news for me. Having consistency with XD AI is more rare than a shiny Pokemon. But I think I can call every single turn as it happens, which is great news. Do you know why he passed away? No, I don't. I just know that he passed away at some point during Crash 4's like development cycle. All right, does everyone believe here? Where are all my crew? You wiped them out? Every last one? Impossible! One kid took down all those shadow Pokemon we made. Ah, in wrecking my factory, you smeared dirt all over my good name and standing. You've done it now. I'm steaming mad, and there's no forgiving that, ever. Be prepared to drop. Yeah, the banging music here. Gorilla Man. Clancy Brown also did Mr. Krabs. Yeah. another like SpongeBob parallel between like video games and the TV show. All right, so we're going to go Swords Dance first. And so this is what's going to happen. I'll tell you right now. Lairon's going to protect. Celio's going to use Earthquake. But obviously we're faking out Celio so it doesn't get to use Earthquake because it flinches. So we basically get a Swords Dance for free. Return to Monkey. The Chimchar. Chimchar side-eye, it's great. Alright, and then we double Brick Break, which is going to obviously one-shot Lairon and Celio. I don't think anyone would debate that. Kind of a 4x super effective move. Alright. And then guess what's going to happen on this turn, everyone? Protect and Earthquake. Ursaring's going to protect and Slowking's going to use Earthquake. We can simply go Shadow Ball on Slowking to take that out. And then we're going to swap Hariyama for Espeon. I have a fly in my face. Ursaring protects. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do this fight deathless. Or, not that, well, I mean deathless, but also damageless. Even better. I remember, I think it was Melatonin came in and told me that Gorgon was kind of like the massive difficulty spike, and I'm like, I wouldn't say Gorgon is. I think Gorgon's actually really easy, and I stand by that. If this fight is anything to go off of. Tom Kenny also voiced other Spyro characters, such as the Electrals from Hurricos, the Professor. He even voiced Sergeant Bird. Yeah. I mean, he voiced Spyro as well. Nice, nice. Agent 9 was voiced by Richard Tatum in both the original and Reignited. Yeah, there wasn't like too many overlapping, like, recurring voice actors for that. Pretty sure. And obviously both of those go down. And it's just Hypno left. And I don't think Hypno's gonna like taking a dual attack of Bite and Shadow Ball. Something tells me probably not gonna take it too well. If you kill Shadow Lugia instead of catching it, does the cutscene go the same except you don't have it? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. I have no idea. Player defeated Cypher Admin Gorgon. Hypno fled somewhere. Primate fled somewhere. That's it. You're not getting away with this. No way, no how, no ifs or buts. I'm not taking this. I'll blow up the factory with you in it. Gah! Gorgon, that is quite enough. Except that you have lost. Master Greevil! Ho, we meet again. You do remember me, don't you? Yes, indeed, I am Mr. Varich. Or perhaps I should say Greevil, the Grand Master of Cipher. I must say I am taken aback. I never once imagined that you would destroy our factory. But that's not important. Even though the mass output of Shadow Pokemon has ended, our plan itself is unharmed. We have already completed XD001's final tuning. It now rests with me. XD001? The ultimate Shadow Pokemon that's resistant to purification? Now, I shall prepare our final plan to activate XD001. Do you honestly think you can stop me? I shall be at Cipher's HQ. It is on Citadark Isle off the coast of Gateon Port. It is an impregnable fortress that repels all with cruel waves and thick clouds. No one can reach it. Come if you dare. I'll enjoy waiting for you. Ho 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 ho. Master Greevil has such a wicked sense of humor. No ordinary ship can get close because of the rough seas, and even if you do manage to get on the island, the place will be swarming with traders carrying the Shadow Pokemon I made. Even though there should be a lot more Shadow Pokemon. If XD001 didn't drop that chip in the desert, we wouldn't have taken so long tuning the Shadow Pokemon. But it doesn't matter. There are plenty of Shadow Pokemon to welcome you in style. How many are there? Even I can't tell you that. If I did, it'd floor you. It's just a matter of time before the world belongs to us. You better be ready for it. It's not really documented on YouTube because Shadow Lugia is a very big Master Ball target. True, yeah. I'm not going to be able to catch Lugia in this run because, you know, I'm only allowed the first Pokemon, so we'll see. Big evil reveal? I think it is. The mayor of Phenac City was the evil guy all along. Chantel Barry did Reignited Sheila, and Edita Rukta did original Sheila. Dave B. Mitchell did Reignited Bentley, and Neil Ross did original Bentley. Yeah, there's like, I don't think too many people reprise their roles for that game. If I have a silly laugh, does it mean I'm a bad guy? Yes. That's exactly what it means. Congratulations. You have either been demoted or promoted, depending on how you view it, to bad guy status. So Shadow Lugia left the SS Libra in the desert by mistake. Wonder if that bad boy got a spanking. Yeah, good luck. Good luck spanking Lugia. I think he would just arrow blast you all the way back to the goddamn Shadow Realm. I don't even need to heal up because no one took any damage, but we'll heal up the PP that I used. Why not? They all be laughing. It's either ho 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 or ha 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 or whatever. Usually there's some G's in there as well. They also have to scream weird too, like whoa or whatever the heck. Darn it, give it back, bring it back. These two weird guys took off with a Shadow Pokemon. One had like a mohawk and the other had hair like a ball. Darn it, they made off with the last Shadow Pokemon that came out the production line before it shut down. Freaking Mirror B. He's at it again. Is there an item in here? There is. Mine. Alright. Well, either way, we beat Gorgon, and I think that's going to be a good place to stop. I think... Oh, yeah, let me also update. The level cap has been raised by a whopping 1 to 37. Unfortunately, we gotta fight Lavrina next time. And Lavrina is level 37 for her cap. And yeah, so it should be pretty easy. I don't think her fight's gonna be hard. I think she also has pretty consistent AI, just like Gorgon does, so it should be a relatively streamlined fight. But I'm glad I was able to prove that my strategy was in fact good. Gorgon not that hard, so I'm glad we got that done. It was a good session. Got a lot of grinding done. I don't think we'll have nearly as much grinding to do next time because, like I said, cap's 37. Just, like, if anything, you got to get, like, 1 or 2 levels. Not a big deal. Anyway, remember to heal PP. Okay, I should leave. That's fine, Art. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm ending the stream right now anyway, so it's okay. Level cap, more like level crap. Yeah. And honestly, the level cap probably should be higher because all the shadow Pokemon have higher levels since, you know, they got like the boost when used by AI trainers. But at least for this run, like if there's a second run, if I end up doing another run at some point, maybe I'll do that. But for this run, I'm gonna try to stick to what I writ in the rules originally. Raigburger did original Hunter, and Robbie Damon really did Reignited. I didn't know that. Robbie Damon's a pretty big voice actor. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Art, Doctor, Buzzwoles, Brett for being here, or Beagle Boyify as you went by in the past. Thank you guys so much for watching, whether you were watching on YouTube or on Twitch or you're watching the VOD. And next time we will beat Lavrina, hopefully, and maybe do a couple of other battles. Don't think we're going to get to any other boss fights or anything like that, but we'll make some pretty good progress. And we're getting closer to the end game sequence. It's going to get a lot harder, and there's probably going to start to be some deaths later on. But as for now, we are still deathless, despite the one misplay. And either way, I will see you all next time.